Hello, first graders. My name's Amy.
And my name's Susan, and we work for the City of Fishers Parks Department. And today we've partnered with your school to bring you a very special program.
We're going to learn about nature.
And you're first graders, so we call this program
Nature First.
Welcome to the forest at Richie Woods. Isn't this a beautiful spot? All these trees are preparing for a big change, winter. That makes me think of hot chocolate, maybe even a s'more over an open fire. You know, I have to make my own food, and I bet someone at your house has to buy and cook your food. But did you know that trees make their own food? They do. They do it in the part of the tree called a leaf. Look up at all these leaves making their food.
But when fall comes, something starts happening to the leaves. Let's take a closer look. I've gathered together a handful of green leaves. See how green they are? These leaves contain a special chemical called chlorophyll. And that chemical inside each leaf, that chlorophyll, is a pigment. It's a coloring, and it's super strong. Now, there are other chemicals in the leaf, but that chlorophyll, that super strong chlorophyll, is what helps trees and plants turn sunlight into food. And we all know that food helps us grow and be strong. You see, the sunlight comes down through the sky, and that super strong chlorophyll captures the light, and it traps it in the leaf, and it helps the plant make food. It's a pretty amazing process.
But in fall, leaves turn different colors and fall off the tree. And let's explore why that happens. Something happens to that super strong chlorophyll, that green stuff in the leaf, and it happens in this season, fall. Now, you all remember the 4 seasons, right? I'll give you a moment to see if you can name them all. Did you say fall, winter, spring, and summer? Those are the 4 seasons. In fall, which is the season we're in right now, we start getting less daylight. And when I talk about that, we need to look at our clock. Do you know how many hours are in every single day of the year? 24, right? Every single day has 24 hours. It begins at 12 midnight when most of us are sound asleep and goes to 12 noon. Right around lunchtime, and then keeps going until we get to 12 midnight again when the next day begins. 12 plus 12 equals 24 hours in a day. That never changes, but the amount of daylight and darkness in each day depends on the season we're in. In the summer, when the sun is still up, way after dinner time, and you can keep playing outside until bedtime. But in winter, it's dark outside before it's even dinner time. We need our globe and a pretend sun to explain why that is.
This globe is a model we can use to study the Earth. Here we are, where we live in the state of Indiana, in the United States. It takes exactly 1 year for Earth to move, we call it revolve, around the sun one time. So the time it takes from your 5th birthday to your 6th birthday is exactly 1 year, 365 days. Now let's look at our little guy here in Indiana. This is us in Indiana in the United States. Indiana is tilted toward the sun part of the time. And part of the time, Indiana is tilted away from the sun. Now, during the time that we're tilted away from the sun, there's still 24 hours in each day. But there's more darkness in each day. And when we start getting more darkness during those 24 hours each day, that sends one signal to the leaves that they can take a rest, stop working to make food for the plant. So then what happens? When we have less daylight, that green chlorophyll in the leaf starts to break apart. It isn't as strong as it used to be. And when that happens, the other chemicals ones that were there all along. And that's when we start seeing the beautiful fall colors of orange, yellow, red, even purple.
There's something else that sends a signal to leaves to stop making chlorophyll. Check this out. Just like the amount of daylight and darkness changes season by season, so does the amount of heat. This is a tool scientists use to measure temperature, and it's called a thermometer. Just a few weeks ago, I bet you were all wearing shorts and t-shirts and running barefoot outside. The average temperature in the middle of summer, the month of July, it's 85 degrees. And in the middle of fall, the month of October, the average Indiana temperature is only 65 degrees. That's a difference of 20 degrees. In the fall, we start wearing pants and socks and sweatshirts.
So let's review what we've learned today. Each year we have 4 seasons: winter, spring, summer, and fall. Each day has exactly 24 hours in it, but the amount of daylight and darkness each day varies depending on the season. Leaves contain a very strong green coloring or pigment that's called chlorophyll.
The chlorophyll helps the plant turn sunlight into the food it needs. Less daylight time and colder temperatures sends a signal to the leaves to stop making the super strong chlorophyll. And when the leaf stops, the chlorophyll breaks apart and reveals other chemical colors that were hiding in that leaf all along.
Fall is a time full of wonder. Come on out to Richie Woods Nature Preserve and enjoy the splendor of the changing colors. Or walk around your own neighborhood and see what signs of fall you can find.
In fact, search the ground around your home until you find a beautiful, soft leaf, not a crunchy one. Take it inside, put it underneath a piece of paper, and then use the flat side of your crayon to rub over the paper. And watch your leaf magically appear. Share your masterpiece with your teacher and your class. See you next time.